Hello everybody, my name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist from PhysioFunction, and I'm going to be taking this level 1 different strokes exercise class today. So as always, we want you to have a challenging and enjoyable class, but it's important for your safety that you exercise to the correct level. So level 1 exercise classes are designed for individuals who may not have any movement in their affected arm or leg. It's a seated class, so there'll be no standing in this class. It is a requirement for this class that you have a family member, carer, or just somebody there available to assist you with exercises as needed. What I'll get you to do as well, have a drink or something nearby so that you can take sips when you need them, okay? And as always, I want you to exercise at your own pace, at your own level. I'll try and provide different options for you, but make sure you're going within your own limits. If you need to have a break at all, then please stop. You can either pause me and join back in and start it again, or you can just have a break and join back in whenever you feel ready. Okay, so today we're going to do an upper body focused class. So we're going to start with a warm up, and then we're going to go into a circuit, which is going to be a mixture of some upper body sort of core based strengthening exercises, along with some cardiovascular aerobic exercises to get your heart rate up a little bit. And then we're going to finish with a little cool down. Okay, so let's get started. So I want you to try and sit as tall as you can in your chair. If you can, try and sit with your back away from the chair as long as possible, or try and lighten the pressure going through your back. I'll do regular posture checks within this class, so that just means that I want you to think about what your posture's like, okay? So trying to think about growing nice and tall, shoulders wide, head high, all right? So I'll do regular posture checks, so whenever I do those, just think, am I sitting tall? Can I sit with my back away from the chair? Nice and tall, shoulders wide, head high, okay? Good posture. Right, so let's just start by looking over to our right shoulder, back to the middle, and then looking over to the left. Back to the middle, looking to the right, back to the middle, and then looking to the left. Back to the middle. One more time each way, looking to the right, back to the middle, and looking to the left. Back to the middle, okay? This time I want you to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. If you can, I want you to try and reach your left arm down to the floor or on your armrest. Just think about letting that shoulder relax down so that you feel a stretch through the left side of your neck. We're just going to gently hold that there. Take some nice big breaths in and out. And then back to the middle, okay? Left ear to left shoulder, reach that right arm down and away from you, or have it relaxed from the arm of your chair. Just try not to let that shoulder ride up to your ear. Hold that there, nice big breaths. And then back to the middle. Let's start with doing some big shoulder rolls backwards. So think about it, shoulders up to your ears, down and back, up to your ears, down and back. Nice big shoulder rolls. Try and get those shoulders a bit looser. Start to get some blood flow, start getting those arms moving a little bit. You might hear some little creaks, crunches, I definitely do. This is a lovely one that you can just do at any time in the day. Especially if you're sitting a lot, it's trying to think about really giving yourself a bit of a move and a stretch. Okay, we're going to go forwards now. Nice big shoulder rolls, back, up and forward. Lovely. Fantastic. Okay, next time, what we want to do next is I'm going to get you to support your affected arm with your unaffected arm. Now, if you struggle with this, then you can ask your carer to support underneath your elbow and your forearm to help with the movement. We're just going to start by bringing our arms forward in front and then back. Now, if you have tightness in your arm, you might find initially you can't get it straight out in front. Just start by moving as far as is comfortable for you, and then you might find that gradually, as we keep moving throughout this range and performing the exercise, that you can get a little bit further each time. The important thing is here that you work within your pain limits. If you get shoulder pain and it hurts to bring your arm straight up in front, just think about reaching it down towards the floor. Just thinking about giving that elbow a stretch forward and starting to get that shoulder moving. If you have a bit of movement in your arm, it's good to try and join in as well as much as you can. Really thinking about lengthening that arm away from you, squeezing that elbow straight. Fantastic. Okay, next one we're going to do, we're going to straighten those elbows down towards the floor, and then we're going to bend them up, hand towards your chest. Straightening your elbows, hand up towards chest, bending that elbow. Down and up. Again, if you can join in the movement, if you have some movement in your arm, then just think about joining in as much as you can. Fantastic. Do a couple more here. One more. Lovely. Okay. Next what we want to do is we want to try and lift our arms straight up in front. Okay, so again, you're using your unaffected side to support your affected arm. You might have somebody supporting your elbow to help you with the movement. Okay, and we're just bringing our arm up in front as high as is comfortable for you, and then back down again. So again, you might find that you only get to parallel. You might not even get to parallel. That is fine. It's just moving within what limits are available to you, trying to give your shoulder a bit of a stretch through full range, but your full range. Really nice. Again, you might find that initially you can't get very far, but as we move on, it might loosen up, hopefully. You might get a wee bit further. Really nice. So up and down with those arms, moving within your pain limits. Good, we're going to do one more here. Lovely. Okay, so we're just going to move on to your hand now. So you could always have a pillow on your lap if you wanted to for this one, just to support your arm, or you could use the armrest of your chair if you have one. I'm going to get you to use your hand on your unaffected side to pop in the palm of your affected hand, okay? And I'll just show you here in front. We're just going to try and think about bending that wrist up, holding for a few seconds, and then down. Okay, again, you're moving within your limits, so you might not have that much wrist extension, so that's the movement of bringing it upwards, but just trying to move gently through the range that's available to you. So we're trying to lift up, holding, and then back down. Again, with this one, it's quite important to move slowly, especially initially if you haven't stretched your hand or wrist that much today. Just holding it there and back, so you'll probably feel a bit of a stretch in your palm and your forearm. Again, stretches like this are really important to do each day to make sure you try and keep your arm moving and to prevent any stiffening over time. Lovely. Okay, this time I want you to use the palm of your hand again. Slide it further along so that it's supporting the base of your fingers. Okay, so your hand's on the palm and supporting the base of your fingers. We're going to, again, I'm just going to show you here, bring that hand up, but we're trying to include the fingers in that stretch. So this is a full palm stretch. So we're going to hold that one there. Again, you might not get this far you might find that if you do have wrist tightness, you might just find you get your wrist parallel with the fingers straight, because that is putting a greater stretch over these muscles here in your forearm. So again, I just want you to go where is tolerable for you, okay? Should be a stretch, might be uncomfortable, but shouldn't be painful. You're gonna hold that there for a full palm stretch, okay? So your arm might be here, might be rested on your lap. Just gonna hold it there. Take some nice slow breaths, try and keep everything relaxed. Now, if you've got somebody there helping you, they could also be using their hand in your palm or helping you keep that hand in position. Lovely. Okay, let's relax off. Okay, hands on your lap. Let's start doing a bit of movement for your body. Okay, so we're going to slump right down, relaxing, chin to chest, and then growing nice and tall, shoulders back, head high. And again, relaxing down, rounding that back, chin to chest. And then growing nice and tall, shoulders back, head high. Rounding that back, chin to chest. Growing nice and tall, shoulders back, head high. We do 2 more here. So we're going to round your shoulders, round your back, drop your head, chin to chest. And then grow nice and tall, shoulders back, head high. 1 more. We're going to round your shoulders, drop your head, chin to chest. And grow nice and tall, shoulders wide, head high. Lovely. Okay, let's start doing some movement to get our heart rate up a bit, get our legs a little bit warmer. So we're going to do some marching. So when you're doing this here, if you don't have much movement in your affected leg, just do as much as you can. Even if you're just marching one leg, we're doing leg raises on one side, okay, that is an option. Or you can just try and do as much as you can with your affected side. It may be assisting it with your unaffected side. But I want you to think about checking your posture here. So if you can, I want you to try and sit away from the back of your chair, nice and tall. Using those tummy muscles to keep you nice and upright whilst marching. Okay, let's see if we can get our arms involved. So it might be that you hold your arms together in front to march, or if you've got a bit of movement, then you can always do arms separate, or you could just do one arm in front. Okay, just moving however you can. You'll start to get your heart rate up a bit. Okay, let's see if we can increase the speed a little bit here. Really nice. Lovely. Go for another 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Lovely. Okay, so please grab a drink if you need one. We're going to come into our main circuit now. So we're going to start with a strengthening exercise, and we're going to do that for about 90 seconds. And then we're going to go into an exercise that's designed to get your heart rate up, get your breathing a bit quicker. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is called, it's one for the muscles around your back near your shoulder blades, and it's a really good one for your posture. So we're doing some shoulder blade squeezes. So think about widening your collarbones, squeezing those shoulders back and down. Imagine you're trying to get your shoulder blades down to your back pockets. Okay, so it's a really good one for your posture. I want you to try and sit as tall as you can away from the back of your chair when we're doing this, okay? So really concentrate on keeping good posture whilst you're completing the exercise. Again, this is a fantastic exercise that you can incorporate within the day regularly, just to try and give your back a stretch, really work on that posture of yours. Okay, so I'm going to put my stopwatch on. We're going to go for 90 seconds. Okay, off we go. So we're going to sit nice and tall. Shoulder blades are squeezing back and down. Collarbones are wide. Head nice and high. And then relax. And again, squeeze those shoulder blades back together. Collarbones wide, head high. and then relax. You might want to add a bit of an arms reach back with this if you can. And then relax. It might just be on one side. We're doing the arm reach back, thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades back together, head nice and high. And then relax. Okay, so pick an option. You can keep your hands on your chest. We're squeezing back and down, really feeling the muscles down the bottom of your shoulder blades working, really working on that posture, and then relaxing. Or we're choosing to include our arms. Think thumbs backwards, shoulder blades back and down, head high, and then relax. And again, squeeze back, shoulder blades back and down, thumbs going back towards the wall behind you. Really nice posture. And then relax. You might feel a bit of a stretch across your chest as well. Okay. Again, this is a lovely exercise. Just try and strengthen out the muscles in your back, which often get a bit neglected and can get a bit weaker, especially if we're sitting a lot. And give those muscles in your chest a nice stretch. I think sit high, nice and long through that neck, shoulder blades wide, and then relax. Lovely. And then again, hold, and then relax. Well done. Okay. First exercise we're doing for our cardiovascular exercise, going to heart rate up, is going to be a modified star jump. So we're going to try and step our leg to the side, arm up and back in. Okay, out and in. Now, if some options for you. So if you have no movement at all through your affected side, you have the option of lifting and stepping your unaffected leg out to the side, or just doing your arm and leg on that side. You could also move arms side to side. Okay, if you do have a bit of movement in your affected leg, I want you to try and incorporate that leg as well, even if it's just a lift. Okay, so we're trying to move our arms and our legs as much as we can. So options, you've got the lifting your arms, or if you can, you're stepping legs side to side, or we can do one side. Okay, right, so we're going to go for 1 minute. Get my stopwatch. Off we go. So modified star jump. So remember, we're lifting your arms and trying to move your legs as much as you can. Doesn't matter if you don't get your arms very high either. So I'm happy if you just want to just try to move them. The idea here is we're trying to move as quick as we can to try and get our heart rate up a little bit. Now, if you want to change halfway, you can do. You can just start by doing some arm movements on one side, or if you've got a bit of movement on both sides, you're trying to do modified star jump here. So whatever option, as long as you're moving, that's the most important thing. Well done, everybody. Keep it going. Got 10 seconds left. Nearly there. And stop. Lovely. Okay, next strengthening exercise we've got for our arms is a forward reach. So we're reaching our arms forward and then we're pulling our elbows back as far as we can. Okay, so the idea here is when you're pulling, you'll think about elbows going back to the wall behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades back together. Now, again, if you have no movement at all in your affected side, okay, you might need a carer or somebody to help you support that elbow as you're reaching forward. But I want you to think about joining in as much as you can, even if it's just from up here in your chest or your shoulder, okay? So it's using whatever you have. All right, so we're going to go for 90 seconds again. All right. Let me try and set my stopwatch. Okay, so we're reaching forward as far as you can, stretching those arms out nice and straight, squeezing that elbow, and then you're pulling those elbows back to the wall, shoulder blades back. Reaching arm forward, stretching those elbows straight, and then pulling those elbows back towards the wall behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades back together. Reach your arms forward, really straighten those elbows as much as you can, and then pull those elbows back towards the wall, squeeze your shoulder blades back together. And again, reach forward, trying to really lengthen those elbows, lengthen those arms to the wall in front of you, and pull back, elbows back, shoulder blades together. Reaching forward, really lengthening those arms out in front, and then pulling those elbows back behind you. If you wanted to make this exercise a bit harder as well, you could hold a small hand weight in your arms in front, or a can of food, bottle of water. That will just add a little bit of resistance if you find this quite easy. Okay, and forward. Again as well, if you're finding these exercises quite easy, it might be worth checking out the level 2. Okay, and pull back. Lovely, and again, reaching forward, straightening those elbows, and pulling back. Lovely, okay. So we're on to our next cardio exercise. So it's going to be a mountain climber. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to think about reaching our legs nice and high. If we can, we're going to try and bring our knees to our elbows. Okay, again, if you don't have much movement in your legs, I just want you to think about twisting your body and marching your legs. Okay, as much as you can. Okay, so we're going to go for 1 minute. Off we go, marching those legs, twisting that body. So you're thinking about knee to elbow, okay? But we're just thinking about, if you can't do that, moving your legs and twisting your body. Remember your posture, okay? And you try and move as quick as you can. Well done, everyone. So think about twisting at that waist, lifting up those knees. Well done. That's it. Really good. You should feel your tummy a little bit warmer here too. This is one working those tummy muscles. Again, think about that posture, sitting as tall as you can. Moving those legs as quick as you can. Really nice. Keep it going. We're nearly there. Awesome work. And relax. Lovely. Okay, we're on to our last strengthening exercise. So we're going to do a wood chop. So again, you're going to be supporting your affected arm. We're going to think about reaching our arms up towards one shoulder and then down towards the opposite knee. Okay, so up towards the shoulder, down towards the opposite knee. So you're getting a bit of body movement here too, a bit of rotation in your body. Okay, again, you're moving as far as comfortable for you with your affected side, moving within your pain limits. But we're thinking about reaching our arms up above the shoulder, down towards the opposite knee. So we're going to do 45 seconds on one side and then 45 seconds on the other. Again, make sure you're reaching down only as far as you can control. It might be that you have your family member or carer stand near you just to make sure you keep yourself safe, okay? Because this one does demand some core work, all right? So we're going to go for 45 seconds on each side. My stopwatch. Okay. Off we go, reaching up and down. Imagine you're chopping that wood. You're holding an axe, chopping some wood. Up and down. And again, you're trying to join in with your affected side as much as you can. Up and down. Now remember, if you can't get very high on this side because of pain, that's fine. Just think of moving where you can. If your arms don't lift up very much, but as long as we're thinking about getting that rotation in your body, up and down, that's fine. It's all about moving, working within your own limits. Lovely. Up and down. And we're going to change sides. Up to the opposite shoulder and then down towards the opposite knee. Really nice, everybody. And down, well done. Up and down. Fantastic. Up and down. Reaching up and back and down, opposite knee. Up and back, down towards the opposite knee. Good. Up and back and down towards the opposite knee. Up and back, down towards the opposite knee. Good. Well done. Okay, we're off to our last cardio exercise now. So we're going to go back to our modified star jumps. So remember, we are either arms opening side to side, if you can, or arms reaching up whilst we're moving our legs. You're doing one side, if that's what you can do, or alternatively, you're just marching your legs with arm lifts, moving arms and legs however you can, okay? Pick the option that works for you. All right, so we're going to do 1 minute. Off we go, quick as you can. Think about that posture. Nice and tall if you can. This is the last push here. So we're going to try and keep those arms and legs moving as quick as possible. Moving arms and legs if you can, however you choose. I'll go through some different options. Could be moving side to side. Alternatively, you could just be moving one side. Whatever you choose, as long as we're moving. That's it, keep it going. You're nearly there, final push. We've got a bit of a cool down. There, keep it going. Lovely. And rest. Fantastic, well done. Okay, get yourselves a drink if you need one. Okay, we're going to move into our cool down now. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit nice and tall in your chest, in your chair. We're going to stretch our chest. Okay, and if you can, I want you to bring your hands around to the base of your back, okay? If you can't do it on your affected side, then bring your other arm around, and we're just going to try and widen those collarbones as much as you can until you feel a nice stretch across the front of your chest. You might even hold the back of your chair, whatever is available to you, as long as you're feeling a nice stretch across that chest. And we're just going to hold that one there. Really nice. Lovely, nice big breath here. One more. Fantastic. Okay, I want you to hold your hands together in front. You're going to reach those arms forward, okay? You're going to really try and round your shoulders here and then drop your head chin to chest. Take some nice big breaths in and out here. Really nice, well done. One more big breath. Lovely, relax that head down. Give yourself a little wiggle, okay? Now let's have a go at stretching out our hand again, okay? So I want you to think about resting your affected arm on your lap. It can be on a pillow. We're going to try and turn our hand over so our palm is facing the ceiling, okay? You might find that you might not get too far with this one, so we're aiming for this movement here, okay? If you need to, you can sometimes give a little gentle stretch to your forearm using the palm of your hand, just gently trying to sort of stroke down through that arm, help that palm turn over, okay? It can just help you with that stretch. Important thing here is you're not pulling on your wrist, you're trying to just encourage that forearm to turn over, so you're trying to do a bit of a stretch over with that palm. You're going to hold that one there, just where comfortable. Nice big breaths in and out. Forearms can get quite tight. Sometimes what will happen if you don't have much movement in your affected side, you might find that most of the time your forearms sort of in this downward position. So it's really important to give it a nice stretch into this upward position. Lovely. Okay, and then let's have a look at trying to stretch out our hand again. So we're going to bring our palm into our affected palm. And again, just trying to bring that wrist upwards. You might find it's quite nice as well each day to give your palm a bit of a stretch. And sometimes using some soft tissue massage can be quite helpful. So what you could do, you could either do this yourself or you could ask a carer or family member to help you just by gently trying to do some sort of soft stroking movements throughout your palm, just to try and open up that palm and stretch out those fingers. Okay, so doing these movements side to side to try and open up that palm. You could also sort of gently go down each finger. Okay, with this it's just really important that you're nice and gentle with the movements and you're not pulling on any of the small little joints in your finger. Okay, so you can sort of help to stretch out each finger gently, just using some gentle massage to try and lengthen out those hands. Now, if you have swelling as well, it's important that if you're doing any palm massage that you then follow with some sweeping movements up towards your arm just to help with that swelling. Okay, so you could find that if you've done a bit of a palm massage here, so we've done some stretching out and massaging to the palm and to the fingers, okay, to strengthen out, that then you do some sweeping movements up towards your elbow and then up towards your shoulder. So again, just using the flat palm, just gently doing some sweeping movements up that forearm, so you can do on the inside and then on the top side. Again, nice sweeping movements from the fingers into the hand and then up the wrist into the forearm. Just nice and gently to helping with your circulation. It can be quite nice and relaxing too. You can do it with some massage lotion. Okay, gives your hand a nice moisturize at the same time. But just a way of trying to keep your hand nice and mobile and trying to prevent any gradual tightening over time. Okay, so I hope you found today helpful. Okay, I hope you had a nice class. Please feel free to leave us some comments down below if you have any feedback, and give us a thumbs up if you've done the class and you've enjoyed it. Okay, so I've enjoyed taking the class again today. Thank you very much for exercising with me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Take care. Bye.